What's going on, Tamers? Welcome to DigiPod, the digital podcast. I'm your boy Varni, host of what's soon to not be Varni's Card Lair. We'll get to that. Today in the studio with the boys, Dan and Mike. What's going on, y'all?
What is up, boys and girls?
What's going on, fellas?
According to Anchor, most of our audience is male. Approximately at least 95% of our audience is male.
That 5% is probably when I make my girlfriend.
No,
it's probably when I make my girlfriend.
2 to 3% of that is other.
Yo,
okay?
fact.
So it's only like 2% female. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely when I make my girlfriend listen to the podcast.
It's definitely my girl too.
Oh boy.
Make your girlfriends listen to us. God damn it.
I was gonna say we appreciate all you guys. We're not doing this podcast live today because we figure Mondays just aren't good days to be doing our podcast live because everybody's saying screw work. We're not. we're just done for the day. So this one's just going to be recorded. But that being said, we do just want to appreciate and recognize all the comments that you guys leave to us on the various platforms: Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, etc. So a few comments that were left on our last live, starting with Ashtamus Prime, because Ashtamus binged probably all of our videos, all of our pods. He left like 5 comments. Yo, bro, we appreciate you. So his first comment, this one is for Mike. It's so crazy because V-Tamer really is such a great Digimon story. I wouldn't mind another Tamer set that's not an EX set.
100%, man. I hope that we get one in the future. We will see what happens. There's a lot of cool decks you could get out of that manga.
A lot of content, definitely.
A lot of cool stuff you could get. You can make a Daemon deck.
Man.
Another Jogras Omnimon if you wanted to. You can make that red. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Future mode, All Force. I mean, come on.
Did you guys see the news about Blast Ace?
No.
So we got like a little bit of new information. It's going to be a set focused on the original Digimon Adventure. And it's also going to include Digimon from the new Digimon Seekers storyline that's coming out. So
that new doggo?
Yeah, Lugamon, baby.
Oh,
so
baby.
A lot of good stuff going to be coming there.
Is that where the starter decks are coming from too? What's the starter deck?
No, they're before that.
Bond, I don't remember. It's something to do with Agumon and Gurumon.
Whatever. We'll talk about the starter decks later. I've got a theory about them.
Yeah. Second podcast, you guys or second comment. You guys are awesome. Loving the podcast. We appreciate you. He says he would love to see more deck profiles and matches. To be, it's coming. It's in the pipeline.
I've got a nice deck profile right here. We're gonna do soon.
That doesn't look like a nice deck profile.
You don't think this looks like? Well, it's not a nice deck, that's for sure. We're getting there though. We're gonna get it.
Fourth comment is in relation to when we were talking about the Ultimate Cup and the decks that would do good. He says, I feel like Gallant just loses to any deck that has deletion protection. So black decks such as Machinedramon, Galacticmon, and Black or Gray. Like it's so tough and like Gallant is so easy to outpace. 110% true. Gallant is the ugly child of, I can't say the ugly child of X antibody decks because it has more support than like the other some of the other X lines have gotten, such as like
Hercules.
I was just about to say Hercules commentary.
I can't think of much, dude. I'll be honest.
Salamon, Gatomon, they have X anti lines. Don't ask me to think about anything else because I'm not going to try to sit here and think about them. But we'll get to Ultimate Cup stuff later on as well. And then he says, yo, I get a shout out and you get another one, sir.
Yes, sir. All the shout outs.
All the shout outs. Next one is Ray Ivory. So it says, unfortunately, Bandai is not going to allow this format to play out. They are definitely going to hit Black War Greymon X. I also see Cool Boy getting hit because the side of the community that wants it hit is far too loud, and Bandai, for better and for worse sometimes, listens to their fan base. What do we think is going to get hit on the ban list, and do we think they should just announce it now? We're going to get to that. It's one of the topics of today's episode.
100%. I'll add to that, though. I'll say I don't think it's... I guess if you're saying, are they going to hit Black War Greymon X? If you're saying Black War Greymon X as a deck is going to get hit, for sure. I don't think they're hitting the card Black War Greymon X, though, specifically.
No, yeah, I think it just means the deck, yeah.
Cool.
Neil Hilario says, hey, for Digimon CG guides, it's a bit annoying, but if you initiate a search, then toggle Google Translate back and forth to English, then it will pick it up and you can read what the decks are. Really enjoying the podcast. Keep it up, you guys. We appreciate you, Neil. I'm glad that that resource is helpful for you. And for all of those of you who are listening in that don't know, said it in the last podcast, resources for Digimon. The Eggman on Twitch, YouTube. I mean, he streams. Rust Morrow, card protagonist. Who am I missing here? Fill me in because I'm blanking out.
There's like a million. There's some
there's only a few important ones.
Mario's Gaming World.
DigimonMeta.com, Mario's Gaming World.
DPP channel.
DPP channel. True Champion Steven, Huang Zero. Basically a shout out to all of our good content creators out there. If you guys use Facebook, hop on Facebook because a lot of the content creators either post their content or other people post their content just to share it with the community, and you'll find a lot of good stuff there. You can even ask questions, and I mean, you can tweet at us, DigiPod TDP. You can hit us up on Facebook. This kind of leads me to my next topic, but Mike, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, if you are on Facebook, I highly recommend you join the Digimon Card Game TCG 2020 group. Mm-hmm. That group is awesome. Join that group.
110%.
99% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Leads me into my next comment. So this is our 7th episode that the boys are recording together. So we are doing a rebranding of my YouTube channel. It is no longer going to be called Varni's Card Lair. It is going to be known as DigiGuard United, our team name going forth. Inspiration from Digimon World 2. So look forward to that. That's where we're going to be. It's going to be the same channel. I mean, like, if you're subscribed to Varni's Card Lair, you'll be subscribed to DigiGuard United. But it's going to be a more centric channel on the fact that it's like going to be the three of us, our content, things that we want to cover. Obviously, the podcast will be there. A lot of other topics we're going to be covering today, but like on our forays to nationals, if we are not having invites to store championships anymore. Just stuff like that. So it's just a nice change of pace. You know, that's what's coming along with that. Along with that is also going to be coming a Discord server, which is currently in the works. I'm working on it. It's, I would say, about like 75% done. Just have a little things here and there to tune up before I put it out there for the public to start joining. But that way you guys can interact with us, talk with us. You'll know when all of our content hits the interwebs. And do we want to let them know about what one of the things that we have in the pipeline, or a little
tell them.
All right.
Might as well. You're right telling them, Rust.
Oh, all right. So one thing we want to start doing, so as you guys obviously know, we love Digimon. One thing we want to start doing is like an online locals, essentially the same thing that Gaia Force Gaming, True Champ Games, Mario's Gaming World, they all do. True Champ Games does it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, I believe. I think it's paused right now. GFG on Mondays, Mario on Wednesdays. It's not to compete with them. It's just, there's so many people who want to participate different times, and it's really just a really good basing ground to get, you know, our own data for like decks, and to get, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I got like 3 Digimon binders sitting over there full of stuff that I don't need, and I can start getting rid of it. So like, there's just a lot of good stuff that like I can, instead of selling it, kind of give back to the community in a way, letting you guys play for it. And of course, we're gonna have pricing top outs. Like, it's not just gonna be like, oh, like only the winner gets this card. Like, you know, top 4 get maybe like a box, and then or not a pole box, sorry, packs, and top 1 gets a box, stuff like that. But basically, tournament series coming, name in the works, thinking what are we thinking? Was it Digital Tamers League, something like that?
Yeah,
the Digital Tamers League. Basically, we'd like to make it kind of in the vein of like it's a season long thing. I like how Mario does it, where like he has everyone every Wednesday, and then it concludes in the super circuit at the end of the season, essentially. So something similar to that would be cool. That's coming. With that being said, it also works nicely because your boy just got certified as an official Bandai judge. So level 1 judge, cool stuff. It it was nice validation. Because I've given some rulings and I've kind of sensed people like, and I'm like, look, listen, I'm sure of my ruling, so it's just validation that like when I give rulings that like I know my stuff, you know. Of course, I can be wrong. I will say that, and you can dispute it wherever. Let me know, and you know whatever. But it's just nice to finally have the backing of it, you know. So that's that.
But it's official now.
But it's official. Bandai certified. If you guys would like to take the judge test, you can join the Bandai Organized Play Discord. You can find it probably by Googling, to be honest. You'll join there. You'll fill out a Google form. And they'll like reach out to you and let you know when you can schedule a test. You can take tests for Digimon, One Piece, Battle Spirits, and Dragon Ball currently. So cool stuff. If you guys are interested in that, please join up. They would love more people to become judges, because judging is definitely something. That all being said, it's time for me to stop talking. My voice. I need to drink some water. We're going to get into our locals talk as always. I'm just going to say I scrubbed out because I'm a scrub. I went 1-3. All right. Y'all heard it here first. Your boy went 1-3. He was playing Venusmon Ophanimon shenanigans. The deck performed well against the meta, and then it went and got on its knees to the off meta, and I was like, all right. And then we lost to Black War Gray, and I was like, and then I just gave up my last match because I was over it at that point. I promptly gave Michael the BT11 Anjumon alt that he was looking for.
You did. Yeah, that deck looks sick now.
That deck has since been taken apart. I am no longer playing that deck. I do not associate with that deck. It is in the binder. Mike showed up for the first time in like how long, Dan?
This is the first time I showed up since I don't know, 2 months. Yeah, I won a Digimon.
Yeah, pretty much
2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you placed third playing
Wargreymon Tribal, basically, just red OTK.
You say Wargreymon X, that's all.
I don't. Yeah, but like it's me as a person. It's got to be Greymon Tribal. Boy. It's just like I don't know. It's probably I mean, besides Imperial, this is like the first Digimon deck I really loved when I first joined the game, and I was never too big on Black War Gray variant. I know that deck is better right now, but I just always just preferred just the straight red War Gray, and just the BT12 Greymon X or BT11 Greymon X is just nutty in that deck. It just helps you turbo faster. I mean, it's really good. That's all I gotta say. I unfortunately lost to Dan round 3.
And, sounds about right.
He actually hit me with the Swift 2-0. The first game was really good. I don't want to say what he's playing. I guess I might spoil it. But he just got his stack faster and hit me with a Blitz Omni faster. He did pass the turn back though. He didn't OTK me, and I was able to take all 5 of his security that turn. Unfortunately, I did not get to my Blitz Omni, even though I did try my best. I played to my outs. I gave
you like a whole 4-5 memory. I think on there. Right?
I searched with Agumon, the Searcher Agumon, search 3, no Omni. Digivolved on top to Agumon X, search 3, drew off Cool Boy, drew off the Digivolve, search 3, no, nothing. Nope. Yeah, I think I was like 2 cards off. Evo,
and then still didn't get it, and then like he did something else that passed turn, and then he looked at the top card and he was like, here it is.
So definitely some pain right there, but and then game 2, I ain't gonna lie, game 2 was just my bad for Kirsten. Game 2, I got smacked. I bricked so hard, and I just made the wrong decision. I think I played 2 Tamers, and I should have just played a Greymon for 5 instead of trying to play Tamers and search. I played a Cool Boy and tried to search for like an Agumon X or something, and just didn't get there. I just didn't have it. I don't think I drew a rookie the entire game, actually. Yeah. So yeah, Dan got the Swift 2-0 on me. It hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt my pride.
That was round 2.
Was it round 2? Damn. I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
round 3. Who did I? Okay.
Because I played Grand as round 3.
Oh yeah, right. That was round 2. Damn, man, I scrubbed that kind of. But yeah, I went 3-1. I beat. Damn, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember what I beat. I know I beat Galgamon. I lost to Dan with whatever he was playing. I beat. Bagger Army. I beat. And then I don't remember what
You mean Bad Army?
Oh my god, yeah. I was playing some interesting decks. I'm putting in Trials. I beat Trials too.
Gregory.
Yeah.
Trials of 4 Dragons.
Yeah,
Hey, yo,
I
Greg,
never
take
actually,
that purple crap out.
I'm never.
Wait. Pause.
He was playing purple.
Was he playing the Hell Scythe in there?
No.
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh,
No, he is.
was he? I didn't see
Yeah.
Hell Scythe.
Gregory, when you listen to this, I'm gonna have some very choice words for you.
He has 2 Gazimon with 4 eggs, which makes no sense, but
No.
I
He said
digress.
2 Gazimon with yellow eggs, right?
No. They're purple
No.
eggs.
Oh, he's running
Yeah.
purple eggs? Oh, that's a step further than we got before. Because before he was running the yellow eggs. And I was like, what? So you're just going to hard play the Gazi? Like, it's not a bad play, but that's a whole 3 memory. You're just going to give that up? He was like, yeah, bro.
But yeah, it was some
Yo.
fun. I had a great time seeing everyone at the locals. Again, I unfortunately lost to Dan. That hurts my pride. I guess I'll pass it over to you though, Dan.
yeah, so I was playing U-Force Digimon. Great deck. Underrated also, just because of the formats in.
Is it though?
It is.
I think so.
You know what thing's underrated right now?
Right now?
I'll say this.
Besides
Depending on
Ultimate
what,
Cup.
With
Don't
I was
talk
going to
about
say, with the
Cup.
Ultimate Cup coming up, no.
Normal meta.
depending
normal
on what
meta?
they hit,
Yes.
Old Force about to be tier 1, bro.
Oh, yeah, it depends on what they hit. All right. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't go that far, but we'll see what happens, right?
We'll see what happens.
Y'all know I've been waiting for the deck. I just, Nats I really want. I figured Black or Greymon was the best choice for me just because I've been playing it for so long, in consecutive formats. I did my best I could do with U-Force back in the day. And that was the best.
Jellymon Tribal. Jellymon Tribal featuring
Jellyforce was it worked. When it worked, it was like bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just quick hits, quick everything. But it's just again, playing Tamers was so slow compared to what you do now. Especially you need the setup of like 3 Tamers to like really go off. Sometimes that's just like passing turn and it's just doesn't feel good. But now with the new arena, with the new U-Force, most times outside Davis, you hold all your Tamers in your hand until you get to U-Force, and then U-Force effect, play arena effect,
Unsuspend.
him,
When did you
swing,
play arena?
effect, arena,
Unsuspend.
play another arena,
When did you vote in
and
play
then
arena?
it just loops over, right? I'm sure a lot of people know what U-Force does if they've heard or seen whatever. But yeah, so match 1, I had 3 bad matchups in a row, and y'all like how when you just beat Mike? Nah, that's not a good matchup for U-Force.
Smacked me, by the way.
So I played Black or Greymon X first round. I was like, I knew I'm playing the boy Amari, so I already knew he was playing that. I was contemplating already off the bat. I was like, damn, do I really just bring out U-Force or do I play something else? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was contemplating it, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to it. It feels good. So I beat him 2-0. Also, which is kind of crazy. I full U-Force combos basically both times, and game 2, I went to
Are you telling me Blackwork Gray isn't tier 0?
No. So I went to I went to like the U-Force combo and then I mercy mode him.
Wow,
And
mercy
then
mode.
because
This man's a madman.
Hey man, that dude had a good tech. I just used it. 7th place. Shout out to Cliff or whatever place. Was it 7th place? I don't think it was 7th place.
No, I don't
Top
think
32.
it was 7.
Top 32.
It was definitely top 32, yeah.
Top 32. Nats.
Might have been 17th or something. Don't remember.
Maybe it was 17th. I'm thinking of. I don't know what it is.
I do think it was some sort of 7, but go on.
But he had Mercy mode in it, and I was like, that's kind of a good idea. So I played it. But I'm also playing Blitz because Blitz is also really good. I think they're both really good in different situations. Cool thing for that deck is Mercy mode. He dies at the end of your turn, so you go back to U-Force, and then you just do U-Force shenanigans again. And that's essentially what happens. So with the arena, you give your stack, blocker, and evade. So I unsuspended and then went to Mercy mode, and that Mercy mode still had evade and block, and I blocked his Galmon. And that was essentially, that's what caused game for the game 2. Round 2, I played against Mike. He's playing Warframe on X. Full combo. And
hurt my soul.
Yeah, and then game 2, it was so bad because he kept bricking, and then I didn't have much tamer wise going on, but I had enough where I was able to like do things. So I got to the U-Force, I played the one arena, and then bounced his Greymon. So like whatever board presence he was about to have, it was all gone because he had nothing raising. So like I had no fear of anything unless he was going to drop like a Gaia Force or something.
Can I leave it on a little secret?
Nah, that deck's all gas.
You don't have it.
I wasn't playing.
That deck is all gas.
Oh, I know.
You asked me like when I sat down, you were like, "Oh, are you playing like the '80s?" And I said, "Maybe."
I know. I was like, "Yeah, damn, I just lose if he hits a Hades." So that happened. I won 2-0. Then I played against Grandis round 3. I was like, here we go again. Another bad matchup.
Is it bad?
Bro,
like,
that was my
is it because
win.
it's too fast?
What, Grandis?
Yeah.
It's just like, what do you do against it? You chill in the back. You have no.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
yeah, because they suspend you and you can't evade.
You can't do
yeah.
anything. Yeah, exactly. So like that's a bad matchup still. Regardless.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he bricked and I didn't, I won within 15 minutes. Yo,
Wow.
that's how fast that match was. I looked back at the clock. I said 36 minutes. I was like, what do I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was bad because game 1, he bricked, but he was able to get out of it. And then he went to Grandis. First check, Kakaya's breath. GG. Game 2. Game 2, he hard bricked again, and then it was too much from me at least.
Don't you just love when you give the big green stack a nice cock breath?
Hey yo.
Hello, 911. I'd like to place a call. Yeah, no.
Bandai's gonna ban us.
Revoke.
All right, let's be honest though.
Revoke my judgeship.
Thank God Grandis at least dies to removal.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, could you imagine if it was like Greymon and it could live through that stuff?
Jeez.
There'd be
So
no
that's-
getting rid of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. Grandis is like, I know what people say about like, oh, like Grandis shouldn't get hit because it's its own worst enemy, blah blah blah, this, not, and the other. But like, what are you supposed to do when Grandis goes off?
I put like
Hope to the gods of your security is stacked.
yeah, bro. Well, dude, but like that's okay. But I feel like we should say this for later on in the chat to talk about ban list. Let's let Dan finish his locals.
Yeah. You're right.
Because
you're right.
I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, so do I. And then the finals happened. I'm not gonna go into details, really, full details about it, because it was very weird in the sense of switching decks and all that weird stuff that happened. But no, guys, don't give your opponent five misplays back. And that's the cause of the loss for me in the finals. 2-1. I lost. And it is what it is, is a learning experience type of thing,
This is before I was named the Bandai official judge, so nobody come at me for being a shit judge, okay? This was outside of my jurisdiction previously.
He got. Yeah, so we're gonna leave like that.
All
it's
right,
cool.
so
he was playing Purple Imperial Red and U-Force, and game 3 I bricked in the sense of I could not get an Arrow Digimon to save my life.
he was playing shit Imperial.
Damn, I didn't say all that.
It is what it is. Red Purple Imperial is
It's not a dog. It's not. When combos off, it's pretty. It's a strong. That's a strong attack right there.
Xamon says hello.
No one was playing. Oh, there was someone playing Xmon.
Yeah, but he's bad.
You can't be saying that, bro. That was his first time playing the deck. He's not bad. You're a monster.
Moving on. So, if you guys I'm gonna say this all the time, so don't mind when I say it. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the going-ons of the IRL digital world, it has been going around that stores will no longer be able to hand out national invites for their store championships. Stores will be able to register for store championships. There will be pricing specifically for store championships, the same as there was previously. The
And
only
it looks
change,
like more pricing too.
yeah, it does look like more pricing. The only change being that national invites are not being handed out for these events.
How do we feel about that, guys?
Well, it's almost like Bandai listened to the podcast and listened to Varni. It's almost like they listened to Varni talking his shit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, facts.
Listen, I love everybody. I love you all, whatnot, and so forth. I'm competitive, bro. All right. Dan said it himself. Dan said if he doesn't get an invite from store champion, or sorry, from a regional, you know, it's not going to be validating for him, right? And it's just like, as a competitive player, like I agree. Like you're going into an event with at least 256 people, if not 512, because that's what those events are sometimes. And if you're not in the top 16, hopefully the top 32 is what we're hoping, that they extend invites to top 32 if that's the case. If you're not in that upper echelon, if you're not able to go toe to toe with the best and come out unscarred at the end, like, I'm not saying that I don't think that people should have easy chances to qualify for nationals. I think that they should, but not necessarily with store championships. I think because of the kind of event that nationals is, and because of players like myself, Dan, and Mike, and other competitive players out there, I think I'm fine personally with not handing out invites for store championships. It's going to make it that much more difficult to qualify for nationals, for sure. But it's also going to raise or lower. It's going to lower the skill gap. Am I saying it right? I don't know.
No, it's going to raise the skill gap.
Raise the skill gap?
Only people in regionals will be able to get it
Okay.
so far, as far as we know.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll raise the skill gap. The only thing, my only real big comment about it, I pretty much agree. It's just they need to make more events then for regional. They need to make more
110%.
Unless their goal is to cut the player base in nationals down. Maybe they thought that there was too many people there, but I feel like that's a sign of a healthy card game, so I don't know why they would limit how many people are there.
I don't think
sure.
that's the reason. Because like on a regular like regional, that's like 1,000 people for like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean.
Obviously, that's like a way bigger scale card game in comparison to Digimon. But like that's a good trend for Digimon to have 1,001 players at nationals. In my opinion. I'm
with you.
I think they were doing it for a couple reasons. Like some people's store champion invites were like bogus.
Yes.
From what I've heard, there was people that will go in groups to specific stores, and they knew they would have them, and they were like sign up for the 8 people.
The store.
They'll brigade a store, and then like 8 people tournaments, and then because they knew they were supposed to host, but they didn't have many, like maybe much locals going on. I don't know. And then they will purposely, like, if like 3 of them already won, they will purposely lose to like each other, so they all got the invites. I don't know if that's like how much facts it was, but based on like what people said in like the comments about in the group, the Digimon Facebook group, it sounded like that was happening a lot. So I think Bandai noticed and they were like, we can't be doing that anymore.
I think, so y'all know our boy Lance. We talk about Lance every so often on the pod. Lance made a comment on that post, and he had basically said that, like, and let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I got
do like a point system. Is that the one you're talking about?
That was one for sure.
But I think Lance was talking about how in Japan they don't hand out invites, right?
No, they don't.
Yeah,
so Store Championships.
So the way, for those of you who don't know, Japan, I'm not gonna say it's weird, because it's just the card games are like, if you think they're competitive here, Japan is a completely different story for every card game. So the way Digimon works in Japan is that to qualify for a store championship, to get you into a regionals, you have to enter a lottery system, and you are just picked at random to participate in that store championship to get a chance to participate in regionals. If you get chosen, then you can participate in the store championship, which you then have to win to participate in regionals. And then you have to basically place in regionals to then qualify for nationals, and then nationals for worlds. The whole thing about it is that lottery system, making it so that like you don't, like, Dan could go to like 10 different stores, register for all of them. He could get chosen for all of them, even if he's already won one. Even if he's already won one, and he can participate in all of them because that's just the way it is. It's just the way it works. That's how the lottery system is. So like it really is a game of how lucky how good is the luck of the draw for you to get chosen to even get a chance to go into these upper echelon to play in Japan for Digimon, at least.
That sounds
terrible. I hope we don't get that. Pokemon has a good system. Pokemon has regionals multiple times throughout the year. They're all IRL. There's nothing online. But they're also like, they're everywhere. Like there's one in DC, there was one in Illinois, there's ones in like California. Like they make it very accessible for people to go to. They're spread out. They're all across the world. And it's not that, okay, I placed top 16, I get my invite. Based on you participating in the regionals, you are given points for where you place, and at the end of the season, essentially, or not at the end, sorry, I think every year they release the baseline that you have to hit to qualify for nationals. And so then once you hit that baseline, you are qualified for nationals, which you then go, and then I think it's more points at nationals to then qualify for worlds, if I'm not mistaken. But the Pokemon Company does a good job of basically their entire competitive, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Competitive scene. There we go. Yeah, words are hard.
What does
you probably know more? What do they do for Dragon Ball Super?
Dragon Ball is the same kind of thing as Digimon. Well, previously I would say, because we don't know what they're going to do with Digimon right now, but Dragon Ball has been, here's your regionals, you qualify top 16 for regionals, you get your nationals invite. And then nationals, I think your top 4 gets your world invite. And then boom, you go to worlds, and then there's LCQs for both nationals and for worlds.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but if it's just regionals, then they need to do like more regionals across.
I have to agree with that.
That's my only concern. If they're gonna get rid of it, they need to just make more regionals. There's not enough events. They need to raise the limit for how many people can sign up for regionals. Then they need to go wider. I don't know. I'm really hoping that they're not just gonna lock into some weird system where whoever like signs up for a regional first gets in, because that would really be upsetting.
Yeah, I would hate to see them raise the cap, not because like of the tier of play, just because like 1024 is such a lot. Like you're gonna be playing for like 9 hours because of the amount of people. I definitely agree. Like more events is definitely the way. I don't know anything about like how TOs interact with Bandai, or more specifically how Bandai interacts with their TOs, because I mean, I've seen some stuff about the way that Bandai is in regards to their TOs.
I mean, it's been a while for me thinking about Magic and like competitive play for that, but they usually do regional championships to qualify for the Pro Tour. I don't even know if the Pro Tour is even around anymore, so you guys could let me know about that. But you have to do well at a regional championship to qualify for the Pro Tour, and to get to a regional championship, usually they're invite-only events. So maybe invites to regionals then to do well. I'm not sure what their plan is.
Something like that would work, but I think the problem is like Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as I know, Konami handles Yu-Gi-Oh's events. Pokemon Company handles Pokemon events. And I don't know anything about Magic's competitive scene, but I can only assume that Wizards handles their own competitive events. Bandai does not they give all responsibility to their TOs. Sometimes too much responsibility, not in a bad way. It's just that like they don't give their TOs enough in a way. And with that in mind, it's like cool. Like, you know, we've got PPG, we've got TAC, we've got Play TCG, and we've got Core TCG. That's 4 TOs and that's pretty good. But like, it's not enough. And it's only not enough because these TOs, they run their own tournaments. Because PPG, for example, PPG is based out in Florida. They run their own tournament circuit. They go on their own tour up along the East Coast. They are also TOs for what's it called? DBS, One Piece, and Battle Spirits coming up. And you can say the same thing for the other 3 TOs, as well as the TOs across the world. And Bandai doesn't give, like, people complained about Nationals not having internet, I think, or that there wasn't like a better live stream or something. And it just boiled down to the fact that like the TOs had to put money out of pocket to pay for basically everything at that venue. Like they had a budget from Bandai, from what I heard, but not anything that they could do a lot more with. And I think that's like where the difference between obviously having the Pokemon Company do your competitive scene and having 4 different people organize your competitive scene. So we can say we want more tournaments, and that's fine and dandy and all, but I think it's, Mike, you said it earlier, if something's going to kill Digimon, it's going to be this. This will be that make or break.
This is potentially a thing. If they don't if they just take store championships away and that's it, and they don't change anything, this can definitely hurt Digimon, because a lot of those like people who are like they only participate in maybe the locals, and that's the only chance, and maybe they're good, maybe they're not, and their only chance to the Nats, it's those locals, the store championships, and if they don't go, then like how many people got the invite to store championships? There was a lot of people. There was like at least like maybe 300 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, here's the thing too. I mean, don't get me wrong, for stores, like if you keep winning a store championship, you know, you can't pass along your
right.
Nat invite. But if you keep winning at regionals, those don't get passed along either.
Exactly. It doesn't pass down. There are only
16 spots. Yep. And there are how many regionals in a year?
Currently, it's not that many.
So not currently, we have 5 scheduled. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 scheduled between April and May. So if you go along that schedule, we're going to have a total of 18 regionals every 3 months, I believe. 18 that by 16. And that's a lot to say,
that
right?
Seem like a lot.
But that's what I'm saying, like 18 by 16, that's only 288 people. Even if you put an extra 6 tournaments in for your top 16, 384. And like Mike said, those invites aren't getting passed down.
No.
I was about to say, and that's like that.
Players,
that's hoping that it's new people each one. That's top 16 brand new people. That not while other people like competing too, that's rough.
If their goal and like, I mean, maybe. I don't know what their goal is. Like I said, maybe their goal is to cut down. I think I'm not sure. Because the Pro Tour for Magic is about 300 players when you go to the Pro Tour. So maybe their goal is to cut down really small, but I don't see why you would want to. It just doesn't make sense.
You know what else is weird? North America is the only continent that has store championships, as well as invites for nationals. Because in all the other continents that have nationals, it's basically register and go. Like, they have regionals, but it's not like it matters. They're not getting their national invites. You can still just register and go to nationals. That's what I heard some of the EU players say. Like, they were like, it's weird that the North Americans have this whole system. So you get rid of store championships. Are you going to make nationals like inviteless? But you're not, because on your page, unless there's discrepancies, on your page, you say North American players have the chance to win a coveted finals invite. So like, are you really going to make this that exclusive an event? And do you really think that's the best way to go about it, Bandai? I don't know.
Not a clue.
Just hoping whatever decisions it is a smart decision and it's good for the game.
Agreed.
I'm just a little nervous about how it's going to go down. But we'll
Agreed.
see. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to not give players your invite through Store Championship. It gets bad when the only way to do it is through 18 regionals that you're not going to be able to attend every single one because some of them aren't online. You're going to need to travel. No one's going to be, unless you're, I don't think we have many professionally paid Digimon players that are going to travel the entire country to play
just to get an invite for Digimon.
Yeah, it's not happening. So, I mean, you're going to be able to maybe go to a handful of regionals a year and compete against 200 plus, 500 plus other people in each event. And good luck. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's the least of our worries for now. The bigger fish we have to fry is, if you guys didn't know, their Ultimate Cup season has started. It has specifically started over in Europe. Both Europe and Italy have had an Ultimate Cup. We don't know much about it. All we know is that Blue Flare won EU and Bloomlord won Italy. And if you go based on that, if you want to know what the meta looks like without, you know, Black or Gray, Grandis, Melga, basically the X antibody decks.
No Death X.
No Death X as well. For those of you who are saying, Death X needs to get hit. Sure, let's hit Death X. I will forever stand by this point, and so will Mike. Let's just hit the card that's already played at 1 in most decks. Let's hit it and put it to 1. Let's justify it being at 1 so that we can drive the price down, as people like to say. It's not going to drive the price down.
I saw a very interesting point on the Facebook page, and it was, if Death X was a bulk super rare that cost a few dollars, would anyone even care about it getting hit? The answer is no. I think like 60 to 70%. I think 60 to 70% of the people that want it to get hit are people that are upset about how much it costs.
Agreed.
And I get it. It's an expensive card. I understand completely. You don't need to play it. I mean, you don't need to play it. It's proven you don't need to play it. If you're gonna play it, play it at 1.
Let me see if I can find.
Oh yeah, I sent you a whole statistical breakdown of how many decks are actually playing it.
This is how much Dexmon has been like, kind of not relevant, but like it's like falling down. I got a bunch of random Dexmons. I'm showing on camera on my desk, just chilling on here. No sleeve, no nothing, because I'm just taking them out because I don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing in Massimon, which is arguably, I mean, it's kind of a control deck, really, when you think about it. I'm playing 1 Death X. Like, what am I gonna?
Right.
If I see it, fantastic. Like, but I'm not gonna play more than 1. I don't want to brick on Death X.
And you want to hit it so that Secon can't play it at 3 to 4. All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
They'll just put 3 or 4 more options in there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and we have the breakdown. In BT11 Nats, only 21% of decks were playing Dexmon. Only 21%. That's not even a quarter of the decks.
That's legit 200 players because it was 1,000 people.
Yep.
And remember, we said none of the topping deck lists are except for maybe like 2 or 3 were running decks.
I forget which was there. Like you can look at the deck lists; they're out now. But if they were playing it, they were playing it at 1. A lot of people that won the event weren't playing it at all. I mean, the stats literally speak for themselves. Like, it is what it is. I don't even know how much that percentage is of people who went X and 6 or something. Like, there could have been, like, I have, like, but, like, let's be, like, you have no clue. Like, yeah, there might have been some people that topped with Dexmon. Think of how many people scrubbed out with Dexmon.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm better than any of those people either, or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, it's a really good card. I don't think it needs to be hit. However, I feel like this segues right into
it's coming this Friday. It's coming this Friday, baby. Incoming ban list from Bandai. Well, the announcement.
Yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like there's going to be some really poor choices made with this ban list. I'll say what I think is going to get hit right now. I'm going Greymon X. Greymon X is getting hit.
BT11.
BT11 Greymon X. They're gonna BT9 will probably be completely fine. They're not gonna hit that. I'm thinking promo Metal Garurumon's gonna get hit. Even though the deck isn't winning anymore, I think it's gonna get hit. I'll go
promo Weregurumon.
Wereguru, my bad. Yeah, promo Wereguru. My bad, boys. And let's see. I think they might even get really crazy and hit Cool Boy. I think that they might listen to the. A lot of people are saying for Cool Boy to get hit. I don't think it needs to get hit, but I think that they might hit it. I think they might also hit Shine Gray preemptively because in Japan meta, where Shine Gray's at.
I agree.
They always like to hit purple, just to keep purple in check because it has access.
You think You think they're finally gonna put Werewolf mode to 1?
I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think that they're gonna hit something purple, and it's not gonna surprise me at all. Because they've
been doing that every ban list.
A lot of purple cards are just strong, and it like limits Bandai's design space just because of what they can do. So like I get it, but also it's annoying at the same time. My main reasoning for them hitting Greymon X and the Weregurumon promo, besides Greymon X getting really disgusting in BT12 with the Raid War Greymon and BT12 Metal Greymon, we are getting new starter decks. I don't know what they're based around, but I mean I know what they're based around. They're Agumon and Gabumon based. I don't know what are going to be in them, but if I had any sort of guessing on this, just like they hit Savior before they released a Jesmon starter deck, I have a very strong feeling they're hitting 2 of the most important cards for Greymon archetypes and Garurumon archetypes and replacing them with cards in the starter deck that you're going to have to buy. That would be my main guess. And again, there's reasons to hit those cards. I don't know if they're valid reasons. BT12 Greymon X definitely has, in my opinion, the most valid reason to get hit. Just because of what it does and what it enables. And like I said, it's just a card that limits design space for Bandai. It limits what kind of Metal Greymons they can make in the future. I'm just afraid that depending on what they hit, they're going to make this meta really bad. Like, and I that's my main concern, is that if they hit certain cards, this meta is going to be an absolute crapshoot. I feel like they're going to also have to hit Grandis. They're going to have to hit, like, if they hit one of these decks, they're going to have to hit every deck. I mean, they're going to have to literally
You're literally taking my points I've been saying for like the longest.
I'm sorry, bro.
Christ. I was gonna say that,
bro. It's because we talk so much. We share a lot of the same ideas. But like, I just think they have to hit every deck. If they're gonna hit one deck, they have to hit them all.
Yeah, they can't keep doing this solitaire shit.
Because if they hit one of these decks, it's gonna be an absolute crapshoot. I'll let Dan take over.
I agree. Yeah. So just continue on Mike's point. He got to my point before I even said it.
I'm sorry, bro.
But I'm gonna reiterate this. We do not need a ban list. We should let this play out before we even like preemptively hit stuff. It was only one event. I mean, technically 3, and we saw one deck, different deck each win each for each one. Like so, unfortunately, but since we are getting it right, I agree with Mike. I'm scared because of what people have been guessing was gonna happen, and people are very limited. They're saying Gray X, Cool Boy, and like a couple other cards, and then not mention anything about Grandis, Werguru, or Crosshair. I think it's gonna be a huge issue for our game. It doesn't matter in Japan, and because of just the way our game is, like we saw what happened with BT10. We saw what happened with other previous ban lists. It changes our meta instantly, and it becomes a one deck show basically. And so if they hit Black Greymon, like I've been saying, they gotta hit Grandis, they gotta hit Melga. The best cards to hit Greymon X to 1. I don't even think Cool Boy needs to be put at 1, but like I think Bandai is gonna listen to the people down on that side.
I agree.
They're speaking so loud about it.
Yep.
That they're gonna do it. I think the best card to hit in Grandis, and Grandis doesn't die because it proved in the Ultimate Cup that I think it was the free one that Grandis won or topped or something like that.
You talking about the one Eggman covered?
I don't know. I think I know I randomly saw it. I was like, Grandis top with one Grand Kawagamon? That's crazy. So I think hitting the promo Grand Kawagamon makes sense, because now instead of being the OTK variant, you have there's 3 other Grand Kawagamons, and they're kind of solid cards. It's just because the promo Grand Kawaga was just so good at what it did. Why would you even touch the others? You know what I'm saying? So those versions, I think, makes it more maybe like control variant in a sense, but I think it could still do the job. You know, again, Werguru, I think Ultimate Cup they banned Werguru on X or put it to 1. I forget what it is.
They banned it.
Okay, they banned it. I don't know if that needs to be banned because promo's still there. So I think you still gotta hit promo Werguru to 1 to make it even with the other decks. And then I don't know what you hit in Crosshair, but you have to put something in Crosshair. And if I have to pick something from Crosshair, people may not like this, but the Shaomon that gives Rush. I think that's the one. That's the enabler for all the crazy shenanigans in Crosshair. And if you get your one under your team,
one is all you need.
One. Exactly. So like I think hitting it to 1 is the most reasonable one to me at least. And I agree again. I think purple needs to get hit. I mean purple will get hit. And I think the purple card it's two cards, I think it is. One or the other. Death Slinger or Wizardmon. Because when Beelzemon X comes out, I think that deck is gonna be wildly crazy strong, and I think that's gonna be instantly the best deck in the format, almost, or at least contending with War Greymon. Yeah. Because the amount of shenanigans you could do when you mill, it's so crazy when you hit Wizardmons. When you have 4 Wizardmons, 4 Death Slingers that all gain memory when milled. So I would not be surprised if one of those 2 cards gets hit. And then Shine Greymon with the Marcus, I think it's EX4 Marcus.
Isn't it BT12 Marcus?
Oh, it could be. I don't know what.
I think it's the one we're getting next set that enables all the shenanigans.
4 cards Marcus. Basically, he allows you to evo your stack for free. So you can evo to Rise Greymon for free. You can evo to Shine Greymon for free. And then when BT13 comes out, you can evo to Burst Mode for free, and not have to lose your Burst Mode. And you keep it on board, and you just do a lot more crazy shenanigans. It's just too much free, basically, in that deck. So I wouldn't be surprised if that gets limited to 1. Do I think anything needs to be banned? No. I mean, I'm still on the wave that HPD should be at 0, but that's neither here nor there. And it's not gonna go to 0, but that's again neither here nor there.
I think you're bugging about HPD, to be honest.
No, I don't think I am at all.
You've got like PTSD from Imperial, bro.
No. But yeah, I think those are the cards that's gonna get hit. Unfortunately,
I've got. I'm not gonna try to take up too much time, but inevitably I am. I would say first, I posted on Facebook that I posted the way that I view the ban list. First of all, I'm going to reiterate everything I posted on Facebook here. Number one, if you think that Bandai won't limit Cool Boy because there is a gold Cool Boy coming out, well, you are dumb wrong. Because Bandai will limit that motherfucker. They will limit it in a heartbeat. They will even after the fact give you 2 different alt arts. That is Bandai. Bandai does not care. All right, let's get that straight. Don't think that your card is safe because you got an alt art for it, okay? That's number one. Number two, Bandai only shows 3 trends with their hits. Number one, they don't like decks that are good for too long. Yep. Yellow hybrid, Jesmon, blue hybrid. They do not like decks. Well, not that they don't. They do listen to their player base. They don't like decks that frustrate the players.
Yep.
Blue hybrid.
That deck needed to go.
If you don't know, that was the legitimate reason behind blue hybrid getting hit. One, it was good for too long, but they explicitly stated this card was the cause of frustration for a lot of players. So we decided to limit it to 1. So blue hybrid. Number 2, decks that are OP, not here, but in the Japanese meta. Cross Hearts, Alphamon. What else am I missing here? Are those the 2 most recent hits? I guess Jesmon.
I guess the Eismon stuff. Because
they definitely the Eismon stuff. Jesmon was also another one because even though Jesmon high rolled a lot here, it was even more of a menace in Japan because it was murking people in Japan. It was murking people, exactly. These are all strong decks here, and they're not decks that win consistently. They are decks that won consistently in Japan, though, because of best of 1. It basically was, did Jesmon see Greymon? Did Jesmon see their full line with the Greymon stack and Blitz Omni? Game. Did Alphamon see what they needed? Game. Cross Hearts. Did they see 4 cross 4s? Game. They're going to see 4 cross 4s. They have the consistency. And, purple. Just, do I need to say anything more about 4 Eismon and Ginkaku promote and all that stuff? So that's that. And then the third point is that they limit cards that are either too OP for their own good, such as Reinforcing Memory Boost and Ice Wall, or they limit cards that limit the design space of the game, such as Mega Digimon Fusion. So when you guys think, not you guys, but for our viewers, when you think about the ban list, you have to think about this stuff. You can't think about, oh, I don't like this card, it needs to get hit, blah, blah, blah. That's all wishful thinking. Let's be realistic. Let's be adults. Think about this. Bandai is most definitely going to hit something in the Greymon line. That's a given. They are most definitely, I would say I am 80% sure they're hitting something in the Gabumon line.
Oh, well, honestly, I'll say right now, of course they are, because
the starter deck is coming
the rest
out.
of the world finally got the promo worker.
Good.
Which means they spent money to buy it, and now that they've spent their money, they don't need it anymore.
Right.
Let's also not forget when Bandai did that. That's something I didn't say in the post, but it's something I'll say to you guys. Bandai let us all buy all the product of BT10. We had it was a whole week and a half, almost 2 weeks.
It was just a week. I think.
It was a week.
Dude. Yeah.
We had we had pre-release. Mike, Dan, and I had gotten our case. Mike got everything he needed for Cross Hearts. He was about to go buy alt arts and everything. And 2 weeks before the first event, Cross 4 is limited. Sunrise Buster is limited. They really let us buy that set get all the stuff we needed, and then they hit it. Granted, they didn't hit, super rares or, anything that like you really paid money for, but that's not the point. The point is the fact that they explicitly waited until the release of their set. They let the set sell, and then they released the ban list. That's dirty. Bandai, that's dirty. Straight up, there's no excuses. You guys need to keep that in mind. Bandai is a company at the end of the day. They will do what a company does. So you can't just say like, oh, well, Bandai, like they do a lot for the players. Yes, they do. They're also a company. That being said,
man, we ain't never getting these Bandai sponsorships.
Bandai's just gonna sit there and be like,
yeah, because you imagine they invite us to an event after we talk all this crap. I mean, right. I love the game. I love the Digimon like IP. Like I love it. It's just like sometimes they just be doing stuff that I really don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Continue, Varni. I also have one more point to the ban list after you make your.
I've got so many points, man.
I know, bro. So that all being said, a ton of comments here. Top comment here. I'm not gonna name call. I'm not gonna be that guy. But top comment is, as I've said before, hitting BT11 Greymon X kills all War Greymon decks, regular Black War Grey and X variants. Dead. Oh man. Do we just want to touch on that real quick?
I don't think it kills the decks. It slows it down, but like Raid War Greymon is a menace still.
So I personally,
I think he's just thinking about like now, not future wise.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
I understand that point in the sense of because I'm having a feel a lot of people are feeling they're gonna just ban the shit out of Black Greymon and not touch anything. Now imagine you hit Black Greymon X to 1, you hit Cool Boy to 1, you don't touch anything else. In this format, I could see why he would say
agreed.
Dead.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Grandis will just run it over even more. And Melga will
Grandis, Bloom. Other like
no, because we still have Dexmon.
Well, no, I think they're hitting Dexmon too. They already made their money off BT10. We are 7 moves.
9. So 2 sets off.
2 sets off, yeah.
But 3 sets. You want to count EXO3?
Yeah, I guess, like I'm just saying, like we are removed from that now. They're hitting it. I don't.
Do you think they're gonna hit a secret?
I mean, why not?
I will say in DPS,
they've surprised me with every other ban list. Why wouldn't they do it now?
I will say in DPS, they do hit secrets. They hit everything. They are no holds barred on DPS ban lists, or errata lists or restriction lists. But that's besides the point. My thing is this: like, I agree with Dan. I think we're in a good state right now. I don't really think we need a ban list. I haven't played BT12. And of course, we can only go off what we hear from the Japanese players. And the only thing that I know is bad, I'll say with the utmost certainty that this is bad, is Metal Greymon for 1. And I say that's bad because of what Metal Greymon does. It's not like you're just getting a free level 5 or anything. It's basically Jet Sophie for Greymon. Yeah, it doesn't recover, but you're spitting out a free tamer because you're spitting out a free memory. You can you have the new tie that's coming out that gives blocker at start of turn. It gives DP. You can spit out Yuya. You can spit out security attack tie. Like, basically, when it raids, you're going to be able to spit out a tamer. You're going into your 5 for 1. And then the new War Greymon is just really good. It's a 12k body. It only digivolves for 3. It effectively has a built-in unsuspend. It's going to board clear. Like, it's just really good. And that's the problem.
And it gets piercing.
And that's the problem. It's so good that giving you an easy War Greymon is... so from what we hear, that's the deck that runs next set. That deck and Hunters with Arrestor Dramon.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because, I mean, Raid is really strong. But again, 1 cost level 5. That's the kind of thing that they've tempered it for so long. You limit Jet Sophie because it was mega value. You get to recover. You get a level 5 for 1 cost. And then Yellow has a freaking... They have the bounty of good level 6s to use. in that kind of deck. And I mean, we have a lot of good, like anything between Wargrey, Black Wargrey, Gaiomon, Black Wargrey X, like the entire lineup is good. And it's just, that's my thing on why I think it should be hit, because you don't give one cost level 5s.
Yeah. I'll also say that BT12 Metal Greymon, not only does it give piercing to Greymon, it gives piercing to Omnimon too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
People sleep on that, bro.
A piercing Omnimon?
People sleep on that, bro. Because usually you don't get to carry, like typically you don't get to carry all your effects over into your like Omnimon stacks. No,
bro.
You keep the piercing.
Yeah, that's pretty
with
crack.
Omnimon.
That's
Yes.
crack.
Yeah, people are sleeping on that. That's big. That's big, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely big. So that's why I think that should be hit. Cool Boy is a hit that, like, I get it. I really do. But like,
I don't think it's needed.
It's what I said in the last podcast. It's going to be hit, and it's going to be hit for the wrong reason, or for what people want to be the wrong reason. It doesn't need to be hit because of Black War Gray, because of Grandis. Grandis doesn't use it. It doesn't need to be hit because of that. I will tell you, and as I said it before, Metal Garurumon does not need it. I will play 4 Blue Memory Boost and 4 Davis, and I will have the same amount of consistency, and I will wreck you in the same way without playing Cool Boy. I don't need Cool Boy. The only thing I do need is X Antibody option, and I saw somebody say, I think it was Jodobi on Twitter, to which I refuted that he thinks X Antibody should get hit. And I disagree. You can't hit X Antibody. You hit the X Antibody option, you nerf the entire BT11 Greymon line. That kills a deck, for sure. Because you're basically permanently implementing Ultimate Cup modified rules.
Hitting X Antibody option is something I don't think Bandai would do, because that limits design space when you hit that option. Unless they make a new option. Which if they make a new option, I could see that.
Yeah.
But currently, we're not getting a new option.
This is my thing about Cool Boy. The fact that we have arguably one of the better, but it's probably the 3 best
X Antibody decks.
If you want to count Alphamon with Alphamon's Prime, one of them does not need Cool Boy. And that's Grandis. 99.9% of Grandis decks don't play
Grandis
Cool
is
Boy.
full gas. Grandis is the same 4 memory boost. And they even play Davis.
You don't even play the X Antibody option in Grandis.
Just the fact, exactly.
Typically.
Sometimes that's like
rare.
75% of
rare.
decks don't play it.
Yeah.
You see that one occasional deck, and I was playing it for a while because it works decently with it. But like, just the fact that one doesn't need it, to me, nullifies the reason that Cool Boy needs to be banned. You know what I'm saying? In a sense of like,
I do agree that like it should cost more.
If they could pop off without it, why ban it? I've seen Noga win championships. I've seen them win regionals. I've seen them win everything without Cool Boy games so many times. I've played Black War Greymon many games
at a national level. Just saying, like, it's not like you played it at the locals. Like, you played it at a high level, you know?
I did, and the games I won, I literally didn't even play Cool Boy.
I this is my first time.
What's that say about Cool Boy?
Yeah.
What's that say about Cool Boy? Where you in those decks that it's good, that's great. It makes the deck feel better, obviously, right? You're getting more searching, you gain memory plus a draw when you evo over the same level. Yes, of course. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I understand why people complain about it, but you're complaining about it for the wrong reasons. And the reasons why is because those decks are great without it, and if that card never existed, those decks will still be topping to this day, and Black Or Greymon will still doing Black Or Greymon things without it. Period. Discussion.
You want a card that'd be an instant replacement for Cool Boy when we get
the
them?
Trainings? Oh, hell yeah.
Like, I mean, this could even usurp Cool Boy.
Not even that too, but like, I mean, I just played Greymon this weekend. I played Wargrey X this weekend. Ask me how many times I used Cool Boy.
Not against
twice.
Probably the one time you played it, you bricked against me.
I think I played it against you, and I think I played it against the Galgamon, and that was it. I never needed it. I the same thing with Melga. I would just throw in 4. I'm playing. I think I'm playing 3 red memory boosts. I'm just playing the 4th red memory boost. Then I don't care.
Exactly.
I already have so many searches in that deck, and the X antibody is really nice, but you also still don't need it.
Like Cool Boy. So if it's at 1, you play the 1 Cool Boy in a deck, and then the rest is just as many memory boosts you feel is needed. Like, literally, that's why, like, I just don't understand that argument where Cool Boy needs to be banned. Like,
the only thing I agree, like, Cool Boy should be higher cost, and that's just by game design. It is a lot of value for 2, and like we know that it should be 3. It should be Yuji level, but is it warrant of a hit? Is it worthy of a hit? I don't think so. Are they going to hit it? Most likely.
Yeah, because of the people who are complaining about it for like the longest.
Yeah,
it's a Tommy effect all over again, right? Where they're gonna tell us it's making players frustrated. We're gonna get that for that reason for Cool Boy. 100%, that's gonna be the reasoning.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just so worried because if I just don't know what they're gonna hit. No one really knows what they're gonna hit, and I'm just so worried that we're gonna create just an awful meta. I really don't think that Black War Gray is as bad as people make it out to be. It only won one of the national events. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? It only won one of the nationals.
You are correct.
Yes, it was Cross Arts for the other 2.
And like...
No, Cross Art and Grandis.
Cross Art and Grandis. I was thinking about Latin America.
And I am so nervous, man, because... I was talking to these guys... before this podcast about the Mervimon version of Cross. That is a scary deck. That is a deck that will kill you turn 2, turn 3, if it can. Like, if it sets up the Tamers, or if you swing and hit Tamers and they just have access, you're dead. Like, that is a deck that does not care, does not need interaction. You're getting rid of its counters.
The one thing I will say, this was unrelated to Merva, is more in relation to what you said earlier about promo where Garurumon being the hit. I was on that bandwagon. As a matter of fact, I've been advocating, y'all know I've been advocating for this for like the longest. Promo where Garurumon should have been the hit because it's the card that lets you start swinging because you swing, unsuspend, then you swing, you get to go into promo. Where Guru X, it gives the sec +1. But somebody on, I can't remember, I commented somewhere else on some Facebook post, and they pointed out that where Guru X being the hit actually is good, simply because it accounts for, if you think about how many times you can swing, you get 1 swing off of promo, you swing and then you go into where Guru X off of X antibody, so that's 2 checks off of X, you get another 2 checks off of it. So that's your whole security, 4 of which came from where Guru X. And then they typically end turn on a what's it called? Where Melga, yeah. Melga X. And then you're effectively screwed because there's like almost nothing you can do unless you can then kill them. So with that in mind, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because if you limit promo, you play starter deck where Garurumon. The conditions are harder to fulfill because you have to have a Digimon with your opponent has to have a Digimon with no Digievolution source in play. It is more setup for sure, but you're still going to get the same 5 checks once that condition is fulfilled. And that's the problem with the deck, not the fact that you're getting the sec +1. It's the fact that you're going to get a swing and you're going to get to unsuspend with where Garurumon X. You can play Sagittarius mode, but Sagittarius doesn't unsuspend. So you can swing 1 check with promo. You can go into Sagittarius mode, swing 2 checks, but then you're most likely ending turn on Melga or something, which is fine. That's 3 checks. I can deal with 3 checks over 5 checks because I know my security is trash. I never have stuff for Garurumon to die against my security with. They'll swing and they'll live and then they'll end and I'll be like, all right, cool, GG, let's go to the next game. At least with 3 checks compared to the 5, I'm like, all right, cool. So shout out to the guy. I can't remember your name. You pointed this out to me on Facebook. If you're listening, you got this one through to me. I'm on that bandwagon now.
Varni, bro,
That's a valid point.
That makes a lot of sense, bro. But you're not thinking about it this way. Bandai never hits decks to make them playable still. I don't know why you're trying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But that is a valid point because a lot of times, like the hits are the ones that are like the rare or like uncommon. So like I could see the Metal Garurumon X getting a hit because that's like a rare, I think it is.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I just.
No, you're right. But
the other issue with that is you swing 3 checks. You're not getting rid of the problem still because you're still you can still get 3 checks in, and then you can still go into Melga for like you can if you have the combo of EX1 Metal Garuru, you're digivolving
for like full 1 or 2
for 1 or 2, and then you go into Melga for 1, unsuspend, swing the last 2 checks, and blitz Omni for game. You're still OTKing. You know, there's a like that's
but if you consider that to do that, like the amount of memory it takes and the amount of card draw that you have to generate, because most people aren't playing the draw rookies, they're playing the DP rookies. So you're only generating draw off of the Garurumon promo. So if you have 12 cards in hand, you're probably at a later stage in the game, or you generated enough off of Memory Boost and Cool Boy and Davis that it's probably fine. Like it was far enough in the game that if you couldn't build up something to either stand up to Melga or kill them first, I'm fine with that outcome compared to getting killed on turn 3 because I accidentally gave them 3 memory.
Yeah, it's just tough because depending on what they actually hit with the ban list, if they're still leaving Cool Boy, then they're still having access to the memory gain off Cool Boy and access to memory gain off Mem Boost.
You have access to memory gain off Cool Boy, but not if they hit Where Garurumon X. That means you have to bring out Garurumon and go into Garurumon X and then spend 3 to go into promo.
Sure. Or you could just leave in the racing and just go into promo for 3.
Yeah, but then it nullifies your point about Cool Boy.
You won't get your pluses off the Cool Boy because Sagittarius won't activate Cool Boy.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's the point you're saying.
Yeah, Sagittarius isn't an X, so you don't get that plus.
But you'll get the plus when you go into the Metal Garuru.
Yeah, but it's going to go into it for 1, so either you go into it for free or you gain 1. Yeah, just 1 compared to the free Digi-Evolution, which is another problem. That's the problem with the X Antibody archetype. The fact that it Digivolves for free. They all should Digivolve for 1. None of them. The rookie is fine. Maybe the rookie should even cost. Maybe the rookie should even cost 1 because of Agu and Gabu X, because they get a draw and a search. Like, so maybe those even should cost 1. Everything else should cost 1. Just
and
one.
At times, if you think about it, at times that could be potentially 3 cards adding. You get the 1 off the Evo, and you hit X Antibody plus whatever a Greymon or Garurumon. That's another 2 cards.
I don't think you can make them cost anything at this point because
no, it's too late.
Not at this point.
Well, it's
just
too
the
late. Speed of the game. Like even now, the speed of the game is crazy.
Well, no, it's too late for any of that. He was saying
like in the previous, like when they were building the X antibodies, they should have all cost like a 1.
I don't know
for Evo.
Because then you have a deck like Grandis, and the only
well, that's what I'm saying. Let Grandis' Digi-Evolutions cost 1 because they're going to Kakuamon X for free. They're going into
They didn't get Kakuamon X on release.
No, but they have it now. They play it. They have Okuamon X. That's free. Everything should cost 1.
I don't know.
Everything should. And the problem with green,
Mike, is, you're thinking of it like the Gurren game. Varni is saying like when they were building X antibody.
I'm saying even back in BT9, I don't think they should have.
Nah, in BT9 it was fine. What was running the show in BT9? Imperial? Sorry, no, Imperial isn't winning shit.
In BT8?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? BT9 was a different set than Imperial.
But that's what I'm saying. So would Imperial have a chance if these things were costing 1? If everything was just a step slower and Imperial was able to keep up?
What,
if Yellow Hybrid was still a thing?
Do you want the game to never change? That's power creep, bro.
So if we were talking about power creep, then why are we talking about a ban list where things are going to get hit? You're talking about you want Melga to be hit, then don't hit Melga.
I don't want a ban list.
Then let Melga run free.
It was fine where it is. It's fine right now. It's not topping. So what do you like? So don't ban anything. That's what I'm just saying.
Then we don't hit Melga because power creep is what we love in this game.
I just say the game doesn't like bro. When BT9 came out, it was fine to introduce BT9 decks. Melga wasn't the problem in BT9 until they hit Alphamon. So what are you talking about?
What?
What are you talking about? It was still top. It was still
winning. It was great, but Alphamon was clear. Alphamon was
no. Melga had way more representation and way more wins than Alphamon. I will pull up those results. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Nah. No shot. Hard disagree. Alphamon had a skill gap, and that's why people couldn't play Alphamon.
Alphamon did not have a skill gap.
Alphamon had a major skill gap.
Alphamon was about as helmet as it got, bro.
Alphamon also has a consistency problem compared to Melga, who has always been consistent and was topping from day one. It may not have won the first event. Alpha definitely took its fair share of wins, but if we look at Melga versus Alphamon, it's probably split 70-30 in Melga's favor. I know. I'm telling you, I know. We looked at the results. We all looked at the results. We can go pull up Eggman's channel and look up the results.
I'm just saying I don't think it matters.
It's okay to be wrong, Mike.
Okay. I'm just saying I don't like you saying that they all need to be one. I just don't think that's true, and I don't agree. I think that
so.
BT9
Imagine if Alpha had Dexdoruga.
You're creating I don't think that those were the issues.
So what was the issue?
The issue is that they banned everything. I'm saying
agreed. If Yellow Hybrid was still in the meta.
I don't understand. BT9 was fine as a set. It was fine. Are you gonna say that it wasn't? I'm confused. I think it was fine as a set. Saying now, when those cards came out, everyone was like, oh my god, they Digivolve for 0, it's crazy. That was fine. The issue becomes now when you have a Digimon that Digivolves for 0 and then also reduces cost by 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Future of game design.
But the early cards weren't the issue.
But the early cards lead into the issue in the future because you set that precedent for design. Greymon X needs to cause 0 because the old Greymon X caused 0. You're only ever going to Digivolve an X antibody for 0. No, it didn't,
because they changed how Metal Greymon works for BT11. They made it cost 1. It costs 1. Metal Greymon costs 1.
That's what I'm saying. Future of game design.
What? They changed, but they changed it. They could have just I'm saying the early sets, it didn't matter. If they when you think about the early sets, you have to think but you have to think about the future when you design these cards. Sure, but you realize though that in BT9, the Metal Greymon X and the Greymon X in BT9 isn't the problem now, right? Okay.
Yes.
So they could have just made the so why would you make the early sets aren't the problem? Is what I'm saying, Varni. And you can say the future of game design, then the future is right now is let's say BT11 didn't come out in Japan, it just came out now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This would be when they would make the changes, and they did make the change. Mm-hmm. The problem is that it's just a really good card. The early sets did not need to cost 1 to Digivolve. You're saying that now, looking back retrospectively, sure, but at the time on release, they weren't problems.
How far ahead do you think they plan sets in Digimon?
I don't think Bandai plans anything.
They do. It's confirmed. Right now, they're on set 16.
They're on set 16 and they just got 13 in Japan. That means they're thinking a minimum of 4 sets ahead if we consider EX being a set in between. BT9, you're looking ahead. What are we bringing out for BT10? What are we bringing out for BT11? What X-Type? If we're introducing this new archetype, what are we bringing out to support this archetype in the next few sets? If you're thinking that you're going to bring Black War Gray, if you're going to bring Diamond, you're going to bring Black War Gray X, you think about the design of your current cards to support your current cards as well as your future cards. I agree with you in that Bandai doesn't plan shit. Because if Bandai planned anything, we wouldn't have half of these fucking problems. We wouldn't have problems where people are clamoring for ban lists because they would actually test the cards before they bring them out. I don't think Bandai has playtesters. We're their playtesters. We playtest for them.
I don't agree with that either. I just don't think, like, when you're making a card game and selling cards, you need tier decks. You need decks that are going to be better than everything else. Like, you can't make it, so like you have
those decks would have been just as good if some of that stuff wasn't free. Or if some things cost just a little bit more. Or if you didn't get to spam in the way that you got to spam now.
I mean, yeah, but you're talking, like, it's just, you can't say that because it's just a completely different game. It's just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like
Bloom.
So we'll disagree to disagree.
Bloom Lord. Can we just talk about Bloom? Let's just talk about Bloom Lord real quick.
I hate Bloom Lord.
Why do you hate Bloom Lord?
I'll say that right now. I hate Bloom Lord. I hate that deck. I hate how it works. I hate how it spams. We have a clear counter to it though, which is Death X.
But what if Death X gets hit?
Yeah, and I'm going to hate it even more, and I'm going to be mad at everyone who said it deserved to be hit, because I keep telling y'all it doesn't need to be hit.
So, like, everybody says that, like, oh, without decks in the format, black decks like Bloom Lord and Commandramon and blah, 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 white decks can't survive.
Commandramon, but yeah.
So the topic mainly is the fact that, like, Commandramon was topping, and Commandramon themselves was running 3 to 4 Death X-Mon. Like, it's such a shitty argument. Like, I'm just call it out. Like, Dexmon is a necessary evil. I don't think it should be a reduction cost of 3. I think it should have been 2. It should have, if it was gonna punish wide boards and it was gonna be a silver bullet, it should have been a 2 reduction. Because just by nature of having, like, you have your tie and then you have a Cool Boy, you have a War Greymon X, and let's say you just played an Agumon to get a search. I might just be like, I'll just play Dex 8. See if you can recover from it. You play one more rookie, one more tamer, it's a 5 cost. And I think that's a little bit much. I think it should have been less of a cost on reduction. Or alternatively, the problem that we had with hybrids back in BT7, you just need to give more decks a way and out to their bad matchups. Like, Black War Gray has Hades Force, Rex, well, I'll put it in air quotes. It wrecks hybrid or tamer based decks. And I say that like that because obviously Cross Hearts won one of the events. But if more decks had stuff like Ultimate Flare or equivalent, like Gigadeath, for example, for green-blue archetypes, we could get away with not having decks. But we don't. Crimson Blaze for red, but it doesn't take care of your 5s and 6s, which in Bloom, only about half the field is 5s and 6s. So
I think Dex is fine.
I also agree. I think that
everything about Dex is fine.
I think if you get blown out by Dex, you were not game planning properly. There are literally cards
agreed.
that say don't reduce, like you can't reduce play costs.
If you're
playing a deck that you're afraid of getting blown out by Dex, you are most likely in the color
skill gap
that says no. You're in the colors that usually say you can't reduce play costs. Black has access to a card that says you can't reduce play costs. Green has access to a card that says you can't reduce play costs, right?
No.
It doesn't. Oh, it just says you can't play by
effect. It's a good thing, and it's a good thing that they don't. Otherwise, Bloom would be a menace.
Green has you can't play by effects, which is the counter to Bloom, the other counter to Bloom.
Yeah.
Which you just play in the mirror. And then red has access. It says you can't use play costs, right? Does red have that?
Yeah.
Yes, Solarmon. Yeah.
Purple has access, which is
Psychmon. Yep.
Yellow?
Yellow has the same effect. Cutemon. can't play Digimon by
doesn't
effects.
have one, but Blue has the you can't reduce Digivolve.
Yeah, Digievolution and memory setter.
Yeah.
Or memory choker. There we go.
I just like Black has access to it. I don't know. It's just if you're getting blown out by decks, like there's like it's I don't know.
Skill gap.
It's not a skill gap. I mean, like if you're playing Bloom, like you have to spam the board, you know.
Yeah. And if you end your turn and you don't have any inkling of game in hand, like I've done it against Dan. I'm like, I'm gonna purposely end turn here on something that's not setting me up, only because I couldn't finish game and I had no choice. Like, remember Dan when I was playing you with against Machine Dramon, and like I had that whole board of like 6 rookies set up, or not 6 rookies, but like 6 Digimon, mainly because I was actually just trying to generate draw power because I wasn't seeing any of the pieces that I needed, and I ended turn on something that was beneficial for Dan because he was able to clear out at least half the board. I was left with like 2 Digimon, and then I was just in a bad spot from there. And that was without decks, okay? We were playing Ulti Cup format. That was without decks. So, to Mike's point.
How you play Bloom? How bad? I mean, because usually when I've played against Bloom, they've already got like at least 2 stacks with a Hydrocy and a Bloom. And then whatever level 3s or random level 4s, whatever, are getting played out from it. How bad really is the Death X? Is that just like crippling when you get hit with it? Because you still have the level 5s. It's not going to delete the level 5s.
Yeah, it doesn't delete the level 5s, but deletes all of your other fodder. Literally, all you end up playing with Bloom, like between Agitar and Sunflow, you just play more fodder that feeds the Bloom engine. And if you get dexed while you have a board of like typically like 6, basically Agitar at the start of turn with a memory tamer can spit out 3 Digimon. You raise Agitar, suspend, spit like Red Veggie. You could, how does it go? You spit out 1, you download into Blossomon. No, what I actually do, I normally spit out like a Palmumon, and then I'll go into or something else. Then you Digivolve into Sunflow. Sunflow suspends, you play a 3rd Digimon. And then that 3rd Digimon, it's typically fine. Then download into like Blossomon. You go into Bloom, gain back your memory. The busted plays with HPD. Well, I think HPD should be banned because Green just constantly gets to abuse HPD. Like Imperial was one thing and we got past that, but the fact that you can HPD a Bloom on a board of 4 and just gain back 4 memory and unsuspend. That's disgusting. Okay. Hey. I love doing it. I hate the fact that it's a thing though.
I'll be honest. I'll let Green have the one thing they can have. But if they hit everything else, then I'd want Bloom hit too, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's like the biggest thing, right? If they are going to hit Black War Gray and Grandis and Melga, Bloom and Blue Flare are instantly going to be good. People are calling for like Blazing Memory Boost to be banned. And I'm like, I don't.
The deck is just now getting sunshine because of Ultimate format. I'm not trying to hear that one. Like we had the one top in blue and the Nats and LA Nats. So we had, I think, one Blue Flare.
We had
now maybe one in Nats or couple in not Nats, EU and Oceania. I don't remember, but like, come on.
I feel like Blazing Memory Boost is like
Blazing Memory Boost is a really good card.
It's a good card, but like I think it's actually designed well though.
Agreed, 110%.
I mean, it
doesn't
5.
give you 3 memory.
Yeah. I mean, the issue is that it plays a memory tamer off of it, which is cracked. But like, it still costs 5.
Yeah.
I don't think it should get. No, that card does not.
No, I agree. I think Blue Flare, as much as I hate Blue Flare, I think Blue Flare is like one of the fairest decks out there. It may punish you for playing 2 Digimon, for having like 2 Digimon out, but
or more.
Yeah, sorry, 2 or more. But
people,
I think it's fine.
I think people have that blue hybrid kind of PTSD.
Yes,
100%,
definitely.
And I think that's what it is, like with a deck like Blue Flare.
But
That's how I look at it.
Quick,
It's just I don't
quick
know.
take that I wanted to talk about. I was watching. I watched. I don't know if y'all saw it. There's a video East drop about like the band list like upcoming. He did like more of a vlog type. Like I guess he was streaming or whatever it was. It was just so funny to listen because he was looking at cards and he's like looking at the English form. He looked like Cool Boy. He was like. He was like, Black or Greymon's gonna get hit. He was like, we was fine in Black or Greymon. It wasn't bad. And he was like, but these MFers are complaining like a MF. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just cutting ass on like the North American ones. He was like, and he was just like, like I said, I guess it was like I guess he was streaming, so he was just saying crazy, you know. And it was just so funny because he was like, he was talking like the cards he mentioned was Cool Boy, Gray X, and he was like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. Gray X, I guess I could see it, understand why. I guess I was like, damn, it's like that. Like that he forgot about it. That's how they're just so far ahead. And
it's
so
crazy.
It's like one of those
I will
things
say
like,
that. Let me share
does
this.
Gray X really need to get hit then? Does Black or Grim really need to get hit if like Japan's thinking about like Black or Grim like it's ain't shit? You know what I'm saying? And like he was just saying cards. He thinks Hades Force might get hit because Hades Force is just so cracked in the sense of what it does. But like, and then it was like Cool Boy, Gray X. I want to say he said Hades Force, and then there was something else. Oh, Marcus. It was Marcus, and then he said like some purple cards. And I was just like, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, I think that us as NA players are like selfishly only thinking of NA cards, and this ban list might not have anything to do with us.
Totally fair,
it's possible.
This is East video he just dropped today. Or
it's not that video. I was just letting you know.
No, I know. I have that one up here to watch over here. I'll watch that. But no, this is his. So he does. For those of you who don't know, East on YouTube, he's a DigiTuber who lives in Japan. He does basically meta reports every week for the Japanese meta. If y'all didn't know, like Shine Greymon's running the show because Shine Greymon is just cracked. Like Dan said earlier, burst mode for free.
It's not the only really good deck, but yeah, it's
no. We'll get to my baby. But Shine Grey's cracked because Shine Grey takes like basically 3 to 4 security in one combo, and establishes a very hefty board presence that's almost unanswerable. So that deck will most likely get hit. I can see that deck getting hit just by looking at what the deck does. The other deck that's been winning is our baby Royal Knight Megazoo. Not that this deck needs to get hit or anything, but just the Japanese meta update for those of you who like hearing it from us. You gotta like hearing it from East. He's the one with the original stuff, so check him out. But Royal Knight Megazoo, if you're playing a deck that doesn't have a play cost floodgate, you're probably screwed. You gotta out aggro them, because the moment that they have even 4 sources underneath, like
the moment they flip over your Drassel, it's just like you're in a world of hurt. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like the fact that they can play out Omnimon, and then Omnimon spits out every Royal Knight with a different name, so he's spitting out typically at least 4 Royal Knights. And they all have rush, and they're big bodies, so they're not dying easily, and just all sorts of stuff. That deck is good. But the real thing we're looking at here is War Greymon, Raid War Greymon. It's only has I think the biggest thing is everybody in Digimon has recency bias, so they're always playing what's new, and they're always just shifting away what's old. People are obviously still playing War Grey. I think the same people were just switching over to playing Shine Grey because burst mode. Same thing with Royal Knights, and then even Beelzemon. To Dan's earlier point, I definitely think Beelzemon's gonna get something hit.
Bro.
Yeah, I think so.
People have such bad recency bias. Do you guys remember when people wanted DigiPod to get hit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just thought of that now because we just had that whole argument about BT9 stuff, and we completely forgot about D-Reaper, bro.
Yeah,
That's how bad recency
the first
bias
couple
is,
weeks,
bro. That's how bad recency bias is. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so that's East. Check them out. Give them a watch. Good content. Anyways, we're coming up on an hour 40 for this podcast, so we're gonna be wrapping it up here. Any last parting words, my boys?
Please, Bandai, don't make this bad style.
Yeah.
Please make it reasonable and good.
Yo, my only hope, bro, is maybe if they ruin the meta completely, Mastamon will be good after I just spent all this freaking money on this max rarity deck.
Maybe if they ruin it completely, I can come back and play some more Xamon.
Watch they hit Mastamon, bro. They just hit Mastamon
Mina is
for
too
no
good.
reason.
She's limited to 1.
That'd be crazy. Bandai, if you hit Black or Greymon, you gotta hit the other decks too. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. And it's not just Grandis and Melka. You gotta. I hope they look at the meta as a whole.
It's gotta be
and I hope they make good decisions.
As a cross player, they'd have to hit cross.
Rush Shoutmon should definitely
which is
go.
crazy. It's already been hit once.
Yeah, that is funny. What happens when you give cross more memory efficient pieces?
Well, even that, it won a nationals in the BT and its BT10 setup still. Like, but I've been saying people just give up on decks once they're hit too. But also, yeah. Let's
Oh, I mean, we're definitely giving up on some decks come Friday, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's
Black
all for
Greymon for life, though.
Black War Great for life. Black Air Force Energy. What?
All day, every day.
All day, every day. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap that one up. We're gonna drop this before Friday, so you'll be hearing this before Friday because you're most likely gonna hear a live episode somewhere between Friday and Saturday. Hopefully, maybe we'll see what happens.
Maybe on the Friday when the
maybe
band
on the
drops.
Friday reaction time. You know, we'll see what happens.
I can get with that.
Let's hope. Anyways, that's all for today's episode of DigiPod, the digital podcast. So, wait. Before I let you go, hold on. I just saw it. It just came through. The set themes are this is already the information we got. The set themes are Digimon Adventure from 1999 and the upcoming web novel for Blast Ace. Okay, sorry. That's all for today's episode of DigiPod, the digital podcast. So until we see you guys the next time, peace out.
Peace.
Catch you on the next one.